Tonight we are proud to honor 12 local athletes who have skied in or been closely involved with Warren Miller ski movies. Warren is universally acknowledged as the most accomplished maker of ski movies in history. What you may not know is that he was also an accomplished ski racer in his younger years and, in fact, won the inaugural Eccles Cup held here at Snowbasin in 1948. What else you may not know is that although Snowbasin was a sleepy, mostly local ski mountain in the 1970s when the sport of freestyle skiing was born, there was no other area, including the mega resorts, that produced the number of quality, innovative freestyle skiers as our mountain. Our honorees skied at a time and in disciplines that valued daring and skill, overlaid with elegance and style. They were the elite athletes in their sport, in their era. Dean Perkins. Our next honoree is a great athlete who skied in Warren Miller's first ski movie, Deep and Light, shot in 1949. He also appeared in the 1981 film Ski in the Sun while in his 50s. And if he blasted by you on the mountain last year, you know he could ski in next year's film if they're looking for someone who can make real turns with style. We're of course talking about Dean Perkins. Dean was honored at last year's snow dance as one of the Snowbasin's legendary ski racers. Within the next couple of years, there's a good chance we'll be honoring him again if he can come up with something he hasn't already done. Perhaps strapping skis to his custom Harley and setting the runs-in-a-day record on the men's downhill. What about it, Dean? Ready to give it a try? Dean grew up skiing at Snowbasin and attended both Weber State and the University of Utah, where he was not only a member of the ski teams, but also the tennis teams. He played tournament tennis throughout Europe as well as competing on the international ski circuit as a member of the United States FIS World Cup team. In addition to his accomplishments on the racecourse, tennis courts, and the movies, he has long been one of the most successful businessmen in the Western U.S. ski industry, owning Perkins Limited and serving for decades as an agent for Ruffy and Dimitri. Over the years, he has maintained a close, enduring friendship with Warren Miller. Dean is a bona fide legend and looks like a legend, but always acts like the true gentleman that he is. Tom Leavitt. Tom started skiing at Snowbasin when he was 4 and has been putting in 100 days a year since. Well, he missed a few days of school during the winter. An early competitor in Guerlain jumping, he was also judged an excellent bet to win a world championship in moguls on the Pro Tour. Tom's competitive career ended prematurely in a hang gliding accident, but his considerable skills and distinctive style are still very much intact. If you've seen him ski, you won't be surprised by the following analysis. Through the extensive use of slow motion, we determined that Tom makes 3 turns every second, whether he's skiing a 50-degree slope, a groomer, powder, or crud, whether he's cruising down Bear Hollow or dropping into a chute in Hell's Canyon, whether he's going 50 miles an hour or 50 miles an hour, which may be as slow as Tom has ever skied. Considering a lifetime of 100-day ski seasons, thousands of runs at his speed, 3 turns a second, well, you can do the math. We are honored to be honoring the guy who has made more turns on skis than any other human being in history. Tom's skill and willingness to ski down anything landed him in 12 Warren Miller movies, and his jumping ability, combined with questionable judgment, established him as the early king of jumping from things in Warren's movies. While the cameras rolled, he jumped from the tram at Snowbird, a helicopter at Bryan Head, and a hot air balloon at Sun Valley, and skied away each time. Next time you're on the mountain, look for the headband, blonde hair, and lightning-quick turns, or the guy looking for someone to take one last run with at 3:59. Not only will you see a truly great skier, you'll be looking at a guy who gets as much pure joy out of our sport as anyone ever has. Scott Leavitt. Yes, they are brothers. Scott is Tom's younger brother. Scott offered us more money to say that than Tom offered us not to. Scott also grew up on the slopes of Snowbasin, was an accomplished Galande jumper, and continues to put in 100 days a year on the hill. He's hard to spot, other than in the lift line, because he's always either leading or close to the front of the pack of the fastest group of skiers on the mountain. And as soon as there's enough snow coverage, he's usually charging down the steepest and deepest of Snowbasin's extraordinary off-piste terrain. He's a great guy, but he's not going to wait for you, and you won't have a chance of keeping up unless you seriously juice your downhill horsepower and are willing to risk life and limb. Scott skied in a number of Warren Miller movies, including Ski Time, shot at Big Sky, Montana. When the snow melts, he loves traveling and immersing himself in different cultures. Outside of trips for skiing and the movies, he's among the most widely traveled of our honorees. Russia, Egypt, Finland, Austria, England, France. He has spent extensive time overseas, but Scott confides that through all of his adventures outside Utah, there's a quaint little establishment in the good old USA hinterland of Alaska that remains his favorite. Goes by the interesting acronym of ABC. That's all he wanted us to say. He's afraid it might change from overexposure and too many tourists. Bob Salerno. Bob arrived in Waterville Valley, New Hampshire for the Eastern Pro Freestyle Championship as a relative unknown on the national scene, and surely not the favorite. He startled the freestyle world by winning, and then dominated the sport for the next couple of years. Among his numerous titles were the World Super Hot Dog Champion, Aerials World Champion, Professional Freestyle Champion, and Mogul Enduro World Champion. He was selected Ski Magazine's Freestyler of the Year, and more recently featured as one of the magazine's Legends of Freestyle. With the time and travel demands of freestyle stardom, Bob wasn't able to spend as much time at Snowbasin skiing and inventing and perfecting new moves and jumps as he had in his earlier years. But these were exciting times that kept him away, and at the center of the crazy, creative, high-energy, let's have a hell of a good time culture of his sport.
So I felt like doing a good triple stand-up jump to get in, and I felt like I did a pretty good one.
The media often contrasted Bob's friendly, slow, deliberate speech with his lightning-quick feet and soaring, inverted, twisting aerials, and it proved a delightful combination that won him many fans, friends, and lucrative contracts.
And next year is going to be a lot better because we're going to have more money and more air.
In addition to 7 Warren Miller movies, Bob appeared in 3 full-length films, numerous commercials, and his motions on skis are captured as a skiing James Bond in the Tomorrow Never Dies video game. Since 1971, Bob has been training and training other skiers on simulators. In 1992, he built the first simulators of his own design, which were to become the foundation for Virtual Snow, the company he runs today. Virtual Snow has numerous locations in the U.S. and Canada, and in 2005, the Virtual Snow Showcase DVD was released.